Hello, I'm Heather, and I'm going to be continuing on with my speech about marine pollution and the effects it has on the environment. So, we've all been to the beach before, and we've all seen trash on the beach and stuff. And there's more to marine pollution than just that. It's it is estimated that over 80% of the marine pollution comes from the land-based sources, and that it comes from humans. So, that does include trash, but it also includes other things that's not only trash. And the first major cause of pollution is sediment runoff, which is actually naturally occurring, but the human activity has increased its concentration. And so sediment runoff occurs when the loose soil enters streams and rivers, and the agricultural and construction near the rivers and streams increase this runoff. And so the larger particles can clog the flow of water to and from the ocean, and the little finer particles can increase the cloudiness of the waters, which causes the marine life, or like the marine plants, to not grow as much, which can decrease the food for the fish and the shellfish that rely on that. And so, but the sediment can also cause algal blooms, which occurs whenever the runoff increases, and so that makes the algae proliferate greatly, and these blooms can block the light passing through the water, and they can release the toxins into the water or deplete the water of the dissolved oxygen through the bacterial decomposition of themselves. And so the depletion of dissolved oxygen can result in hypoxia, which means that most fish die because the oxygen levels fall below a certain percent. And so that is also referred to as a dead zone. And the United Nations Education, Scientific, and Cultural Organization estimates that there's approximately 500 marine dead zones, and that they cover nearly 250,000 square kilometers of the ocean. And so two of the world's largest zones are found in the Baltic Sea and the Gulf of Mexico, which is literally just down south of us. And so the Gulf of Mexico dead zone actually shrank this past couple years, but it still has a major effect. And so the next major cause of marine pollution is the dumping of raw sewage into the ocean, which this is not only our problem, it's also a global problem. And so heavily sewage affected coastal waters can be unsafe for swimming, and sewage sludge settling on the seabeds can destroy marine life. And in the Mediterranean Sea region alone, 80% of urban sewage and wastewaters are discharged untreated into the sea. And in India, it's common, like raw sewage is commonly dumped into the nation's largest rivers, which then spill into the ocean. And we always want to go to the beach, so why would you want to go to a beach that's covered in sewage? It just doesn't make sense. And so a beach can also be ruined by trash and solid debris, which is what I was referring to in the beginning. You just find trash all over the beach in most places. And so this debris is particularly in the form of plastic, and this in plastic alone counts for approximately 90% of all the trash floating on the surface of the oceans. And the United Nations Environment Program estimates that for every square kilometer of the ocean, there is approximately 17,760 pieces of plastic. These plastics and other garbage are carried around by the ocean currents and into confluences and vortexes of currents called gyres. And the North Pacific Gyre has amassed the world's largest collection of floating debris and refuse. And there are also many places on Earth where currents carry a large amount of floating debris and waste back to shore, forming what are known as garbage beaches. And it is also said that plastic debris kills more than 1 million seabirds and more than 100,000 marine mammals each year. And so, as we can see, marine pollution is a problem that is everywhere, yet is heard about nowhere. And I believe that the only way to decrease the marine pollution of this in our world is to just increase or reduce pollution itself. And that's a whole nother problem, so that's a whole nother speech. But then again, without pollution, we would not have, but without pollution itself, you wouldn't have marine pollution. And that's it. Thank you.